Hey, Vemma team, welcome to this month's Message of the Month, coming to you from Tempe, Arizona headquarters. Got our good friend, elite leader, Eddie Mentore from Connecticut, visiting here. Wanted to be able to share, bringing the East Coast it's cold. I can't believe 2014 is already
that year went by real
coming
fast.
to a close. Some of the things, I want to talk a little bit about your story, then I want to talk a little bit about some of the things you do for your team to keep them focused and building and really kind of setting the table so that when they hit 2015, they are hitting it running and going into the year with momentum. But hey, you know what? What impressed me about you is that you're an athlete, you're a dancer, you are a pretty big time dancer actually. You did that for what, 8 years of your professional career?
11 years.
11 years.
11 years.
11 years. 8 years that you will actually admit to, but 11 years total. And tell us, how does a dancer and the discipline it takes to do, the amazing things that you do, make the switch to network marketing, and then we'll take that story into coming over to Vemma.
Yeah. When I got involved in network marketing, to me it truly was an easy concept to understand, because just like anything else in life, it takes discipline, it takes skill sets, it takes a lot of work.
Practice?
A lot of practice, a lot of practice. I think a lot of the affiliates don't realize that you have to practice making phone calls, you have to practice presenting, you have to practice telling your story. Practice doesn't make perfect, but it makes better, right? And I think that when I got involved in network marketing, I just knew that if you put in a lot of work, you can achieve anything. Because at the time, there was a point where I was going to sign an MTV contract, and I was going to travel around the world, and I was competing with the best dancers in the world. But I never imagined that happening. I just worked my butt off, and I practiced a lot. And so just brought that same mindset into network marketing, and I grew a business.
No, but I got to tell you, people do not really equate dancers, professional dancers, with entrepreneurs. It's different.
Totally.
How did you make that entrepreneurial switch in your mind and say, no, I don't want to do this, I want to do that?
I think my whole life I wanted to be an entrepreneur. My father was an entrepreneur. I grew up with entrepreneurs my whole life. And so I always knew that working on the 40-40 plan wasn't the plan for me, working 40 hours a week for 40 years of my life and retiring with 40% of my paycheck if I'm lucky. And so I made that decision a long time ago. I just didn't know what it was going to be. I fell into dancing, and then I actually had an injury and wasn't able to dance for an entire year.
Wow.
And so when I got back into dancing, it made me realize that, okay, well, when an opportunity does present itself.
There's a time limit to this.
Yeah, totally. So it's kind of.
All right, so you get into this network marketing. What intrigued you about if your dad's an entrepreneur, what was the things that you as a dancer said, hey, I love this whole concept of residual income and building people up and personal development. What appealed to you the most?
I think the first thing is I'm a lazy person, so I'm willing to work my butt off.
But how can you say
lazy forever?
You're lying? You're lying, because you can't be lazy and be as good as you were.
Right. No, I'm just joking.
Okay.
What I was saying was that I'm so lazy, I'd rather work really, really hard now for the next 10 years than be lazy for the rest of my life.
I just read a quote by Bill Gates, and he says, in my 20s, I never took a day off, not once.
Yeah.
And I thought, how apropos, because I always tell people, I say, hey, how hard would you work if over the next 2 to 5 years you could set yourself up financially for the rest of your life? And that's a question that I ask everybody when they're taking a look at Vemma and what we have to offer, and it does take work. The one thing I don't want to ever portray this opportunity is something that doesn't take a lot of work.
Just like anything else.
But here's the most exciting thing is the skill. To be honest with you, I don't ever think I could master the skills that you mastered to dance, like you dance. Okay, I don't know what it is. I'm just a dork, I guess. But the skill set that you need to master to be great at this business, literally anybody can master.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that God-given.
Totally. Totally. You see all kinds of leaders. You see leaders have lots of energy, like someone like an Alex Morton. Then you see someone like a Brian McMullen, who's the most calm guy on the planet. And you see different kind of styles, but both get the same result.
Both hugely successful.
Yeah, totally.
It's a great opposites there. All right. Hey man, what else? Tell me a couple stories about some people in your organization that are just doing that you're really proud of. They're just doing great things.
Yeah. In our previous company, we were building a startup for a long time, and coming into Vemma and seeing the credibility, and you guys are the epitome of under promising and over delivering. I mean, we thought we were getting something, and we got something way more these last 6-7 months. Have
Now
been
tell me how
exciting.
that feels.
It feels amazing because
Rather than me pumping it all up
Yeah.
and then you come in and you go, really?
Yep.
That's what it is?
It feels amazing. I mean,
takes the pressure.
Everyone always likes getting a little bit
No,
more.
but you know what? You're sitting here thinking it takes the pressure off of the leader when they don't set the bar so high that they are going to be, set it here and just hurdle it. Hurdle it.
I mean, in our first month, I have my key people that have been building with me all these years had some of the biggest months they've ever had in their entire career in 6-7 years in the business, and so they're excited about that, and they took that momentum and that excitement and they sold that story, and since then they've been building their business and growing, and we have new pin race coming out.
One of the things that you guys love is, we have our 8-step action plan, but you also have like a 7-day, because the action plan is how to get your business started without really a time frame on it. But you have like a 7-day, 7-step, hit them hard, kind of give them a sense of urgency. Talk to the team a little bit about what you do with the newest affiliate in their first 7 days.
Well, we want to get them results right away, right? We want them getting in. We want them getting free product. Once they know that their next auto delivery is free, they're going to be excited about that. And so we have 7 steps in the first 7.
Costco can't even compete with free.
They can't.
No.
They can't. And it tastes better when it's free.
I still love it.
Yeah. And so, some of the things we make them do is we make them get connected. I think that a lot of times, and I think Vemma by far does a better job than any company out there, which is supporting the team. I had a good conversation with Brian McMullen, and he said, Eddie, it's going to sound weird, but I think that I got my business to 10 to 15,000 a month, and everything else from there, the company did for me, because the company has the conference call, we have Lady Boss calls, we have Latino calls, we have message of the month, and you're so transparent with your blogs that, getting them connected and immersed into the social media, into the culture, you don't always have to be the upline, because the company gets to be the upline. They know how they
take some pressure off you too.
Yeah. I mean, in our first 2 months, 3 months in the business, 90% of my phone calls with my team when they would call me is call corporate. I got a question on comp plan, call corporate. I got a question on the trip to Cabo, call corporate. And so we get them connected with all the social media and within the company. We have them get all their tools. I think that when people first come in, they're excited about building their business, but they don't have the right training. Your company's big on self-development, and so getting them your first 7-day CD, making the shift, certain self-development books, giving them a case of product coming out of the meeting. I think that it's...
You bring that up because, I was talking to some of the leaders, and what they love is they love to have those variety packs on hand. So when somebody has a home event, that those that want, while they're waiting for their product to come, they've got 12 of our best-selling products.
Because their excitement level's here.
Yeah.
And when it's there, you want them.
And when they taste it, they're like, oh my gosh, this is great. Oh my gosh, this is great. I met one lady that drank the whole thing in 2 days. I go, don't do it like that. It's a little too much. And I'm trying to get people to bathe in the product for volume purposes, but it does. I did love that. I did love that fact that you buy these affiliate or the variety packs and be able to have those right there while people are waiting to get the product in. Keep the excitement high. All right, so 7 days, 7 steps. What step are we on?
Was getting connected, getting their tools, variety pack being one of them. We have them set their goals, get them the bronze, and so they just set their goals, and we also have them let their friends know online that they joined this 12-week body challenge. If they're going to be joining the challenge, we actually get a lot of customers by just telling all their friends on Facebook, hey, I just joined the 12-week body challenge, and Chris and Heidi Powell are challenging us.
The secrets of Chris and Heidi Powell. 2015, I may just, draw a line in the sand and say, let's make Body our #1 selling product. I mean, it's the 3rd best-selling brand that we have, which sounds great until you understand we have 3 brands. And it has the most potential. People get excited about the energy drink market or the supplement market, and the weight loss market is 5 to 6 times bigger than that. And when you stop and think about it, we got the best product blend out there. When I'm talking to somebody about why our body plan is different, is because we've got body products to be able to help a person get the transformation they want, and then we've got the Body Pro line to be able to keep them where they are. So it's almost like, when you're in shape and you're working out, you understand the role that these products play, the effect they have on your body. And so it's almost like, brushing your teeth. You want to supplement, you want to do it all the time to continue to stay into shape. But when you're thinking about the body, we got the best product mix, we got the best packaging, we got the best spokespeople for transformations. I got to tell you, literally millions of people every week watch their show in 100+ countries around the world, and they just fall in love with them. And then mobile technology with the app. We've got an app that even the giants in the weight loss industry don't even have the technology that we give away to people for free. And so when you look at this mix, when you look at the size of the market for weight loss, and so here we have this incredible brand called Body. And it should be our #1 selling product. I mean, we're always going to be known as a wellness company, but this brand should be.
There's no competition with that brand.
Should be #1. I mean, it's like the millions of dollars we've invested into being able to offer this to our affiliates. It should be more of a priority in 2015. And you're going to hear, now that I'm talking about it, you're going to hear more about this, because let's together as a team, we can do some amazing things, and it's the perfect time. First quarter of the new year is prime time for weight loss, getting in shape,
absolutely,
New Year's resolutions, all that kind of stuff. All right, closing thoughts. Here we are, 2015. You got some big goals set for your team. What are your plans? And what advice? The thing about these message of the month that our leadership love are the fact that we bring the top leaders, and they just share from their heart what advice they give to be able to help their dreams, not your dreams, but their dreams become a reality.
I always tell people, take your time, but hurry up. Be patient, because when you first get involved in the business, you want it all and you want it fast. But everything takes time, everything takes work, and sometimes it can be painful, because when you want success so badly, and you want to, build your dreams and help your family, sometimes it can be painful. But I learned that sometimes being ambitious can be a little painful sometimes. And so be patient through the process, but work really, really hard. When you're down, get coaching from your mentors and your support team, and work together with your team, and just keep at it. It's going to be worth it. And in beginning of 2012, my father was diagnosed with brain cancer.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and it's been really, really tough. And for 2 years, and he's unable to speak and communicate anymore. But in that time, in those 2 years, because I was patient in the beginning, because I worked hard, and because I stayed focused, when he was sick, I was able to spend, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We watched every movie on Netflix together, and we really built a real relationship for the first time in our lives, And so, during those times, it's important, because what I always tell people is that the big bad wolf will come. We learned that when we were kids, And there's 3 little piggies. You could be the little piggy that built his house with sticks, straws, or bricks, and you want to be the one that built his house with bricks, so that you're ready for anything that happens. And Jim Rohn says, build a financial fortress that nothing can get through. And so you could do that here with Vemma.
I love it. You're a great guy. Hey, team, great content on the Message of the Month. Looking forward to talking to you in 2015. I can't believe it. We got some great plans for you. I hope you take some time and make some great plans for yourself, because 2015, you have the ability to make it the best year ever in your career, and I want to see that for each and every one of you. So keep up the great work. Talk to you soon. Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.